you both entered the WWF in like the early 80s, around that time. Bruno Sammartino was the king at one point, sort of still is. He's the living legend. You've spoke about this, Don, to me. How was Bruno to deal with at that point? Because he seemed, as far as what you told me, getting a bit embittered with how the business is turning, and he wasn't as happy to be in the business as, or with Vince at the time, as you might have been.
Well, he was pissed he never got that Pittsburgh territory. He wanted that. He wanted that. He wanted Pittsburgh. And the old man went back to senior. Well, senior wouldn't give it, and then I guess junior held through to it, because there's a hell of a lot of all kinds of towns. We used to go to Pittsburgh, and there's all kinds of 8, 10, 12 grand towns within 90-100 mile drive, just within the Pittsburgh area that you could have made a fortune on. And he had his own TV. He had everything going, and I guess the old man. I'm just my assumption that the senior wouldn't cut it loose. I know when he came in, him and Junior had a lot of heat, but they buried the hatchet, and they did some programs with Roddy. I think maybe that was to help his son. They did some stuff with Piper and stuff, but and he was at that time he was a little bitter. And then I ran into him a few years later, and he was really happy and really content, nice guy, fun to be around.
Right, right. That's true.
What were your experiences with Bruno, Greg? I don't know if you ever wrestled him.
Yeah, I did. And twice. I did once in the Garden, Boston Garden, and once in Madison Square Garden. And, he held me down a little bit too much, but, he still gave me a good match. And I think I got DQ'd or something. So it was a thrill just wrestling him. And it was when he was already an announcer, and he still got in the ring once in a while. So at least I got to wrestle the legend in Boston and New York, But he put me in that arm bar, and he'd run me around. I go, please, you're killing me. I'm thinking this, but I just let him have his little bit of glory there, and it was okay.
Did you ever work with Thesz?
I respected him. Go ahead.
You ever work with Thesz?
No.
Bruno and Thesz. I never worked. I never got the chance to work with them.